Hello, this is Mr. Collier. Today we're simplifying rational expressions. Okay, so you need to remember your some of your fraction skills. Like if you got 5/10, you can cancel by dividing numerator and denominator by 5, and you get 1 and 2. So we're going to do the same thing with rational expressions, but it's going to be a little bit more complicated. All right, so if you look at this one here, what we can do is actually you have one term in the bottom, then you can actually split this into 3 terms by dividing everything by 6x. Okay, it's kind of like 1 over 6x times 24x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x, and then you can distribute it, right? So you're going to have like 24x cubed over 6x plus 6x squared over 6x plus 12x over 6x. And then simplify all these fractions. We've got 8x squared, this is just x, and this is just 2. Okay, and by restrictions, we have to state in this case that x can't be equal to 0 because then you got to divide by 0. Okay, so your restrictions usually come up when you have divide by 0 or square root of a negative number or something like that. Okay, I'm going to start with the second one here. So here it looks like you can't do anything with it, but if you factorize, then maybe you can do some canceling like this here. Okay, so this numerator, we can factorize it to p plus 4 times p plus 4, or p plus 4 squared. And the denominator factorizes to p plus 4 times p minus 4. Okay, so we can cancel now these, and you get p plus 4 over p minus 4. But that only works if p is not equal to negative 4. Okay, so p equals negative 4 wouldn't work in this equation, so we need to put this at the end. You could say positive negative 4 because positive 4 doesn't work either, right? But the negative 4 is important to list because it's not obvious by looking at the answer that p can't be equal to negative 4. Okay, next example is just a bit, we do the same thing, we factorize it, but it's a bit more challenging. And it's going to be a lot of steps, so I'm going to, on the side, factorize the numerator and factorize the denominator, then substitute it back in here. So this is a quadratic, and we can look for 2 numbers that multiply, give you negative 2, 2 times negative 1, and adds to give you negative 1 because there's a negative 1 right there. So that would be negative 2 times 1. So we can split the middle term into negative 2mn plus 1mn minus n squared. So I'll factor out 2m, we got m minus n, factor out 1n, we got m minus n. So that's 2m plus n, m minus n. Now that's just the first one, so we'll factorize the denominator. 4m squared minus 4mn minus 3n squared. We need 2 numbers that multiply, give you negative 12. Add to give you negative 4. It's going to be negative 6 and 2, so we can factorize this into negative 6mn plus 2mn minus 3n squared. Then we can factor out 2m. We'll have 2m minus 3n, and n times 2m minus 3n, and 2m plus n, 2m minus 3n. Okay, so now we'll go back to this expression here and substitute in the factored versions. We have that in the numerator, and we have this in the denominator. Okay, so these guys are going to cross out. We have m minus n over 2m minus 3n. Okay, so let's go to some more examples of multiplication and division. So this is the same concept. Remember, for fractions, you can simplify numerators and denominators like this. Simplifies to 1 and 3 and then multiply. Okay, for dividing, you multiply by the reciprocal, and then you can simplify numerators and denominators. Okay, we're going to do that the same thing with algebraic expressions. We can factorize the numerator here is going to be x plus 3, x minus 2, and in the denominator we're going to have x plus 5, x minus 3. We're going to multiply it by this expression. And these are going to cancel, and these are going to cancel, and we've got x plus 3 over x plus 5. Okay, if you want to write the restrictions, we could see that x can't be equal to 3 or 2. Okay, for dividing, we're going to multiply by reciprocals, but let's also factorize everything while we're doing it. So let's factorize this numerator to x minus 5, x plus 4. The denominator is going to be x times x minus 6. I'm going to multiply by reciprocal, so this expression is going to be on top. That factorizes to x minus 6 times x minus 6. And the denominator is now going to be x plus 4, x plus 5. Okay, once we got this as a multiplication statement, we can simplify numerators and denominators if possible. These x minus 6's cancel, x plus 4's cancel, and that's about it. So your numerator here is going to be x minus 5, x minus 5, and x minus 6. You can expand that if you want to, and their denominator is going to be x plus 5. Restrictions, x can't be 6 or negative 4.